Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I recently placed 2 Dior Beauty orders because they had some really nice freebies going on. So I took advantage of that and I used a couple different codes for these orders so that I could enjoy these products, and I wanted to share them with you. Now, if you don't know this about Dior Beauty in the US, you can actually redeem a couple different codes, or actually it's one code at a time, but they have multiple different codes throughout the month that you can use to redeem for specific products. Now, from what I have heard, this does not work anywhere else other than the US. So if you're not in the US, I'm sorry. This must be a lot of FOMO. But anyway, every month there are new codes to use. I mean, sometimes you can use the same one month over month, and sometimes the gifts are the same or sometimes they change, it depends. But every month they have a few different codes, and originally they actually did not have any minimum spend for these codes, but they recently changed it so that you pretty much have to spend $100 no matter what. Which, to be completely honest, is not that hard to do in something like Dior Beauty, but still it is $100 that you need to spend, whereas before you could buy something for like $30 and still use a code for something for free. And there are certain codes that you can only use with, a certain value. So there are codes that work with $100 minimum purchase, but then there are codes that only work with $175 minimum purchase. Things like that. Now, I'm not here to tell you anything about these codes because I personally get the codes from somebody else's TikTok. So I'm gonna give credit where credit is due because she deserves it. I have always watched May's videos. I know that there's a lot of other girls that make videos about the Dior Beauty codes, but I personally watch May's. So if you are interested in knowing the monthly codes for Dior Beauty, I would highly suggest checking out May's content. Now, one of the orders that I placed was specifically for the Dioriviera collection. If you don't know this about Dior, every summer they have a specific collection that is called a Dioriviera collection, and they do different items. This is across everything. They have a specific collection for clothing, so you'll find some bathing suits, purses, clothing, everything with specific print that is the Dioriviera print. And actually most of the years it changes colors. This year I've seen a lot of pink, which I'm never opposed to that, but last year, if I'm not wrong, it was a lot of blue. So anyway, Dioriviera is also a perfume, and they also do a lot of beauty items like makeup and things like that. And so for beauty, they have the Dioriviera collection, and with that came this beautiful box and some nice items inside that are perfect for the summer, which is the reason why I ordered this. But they also do a lot of summer pop-ups, and so I'm waiting for the day where they do one in Miami. I don't know if that will ever happen, but I'm hopeful. But right now they're doing one in Beverly Hills. I don't know if they're doing it this year, but last year they did one in Montauk. They're doing one in Italy, in France. I mean, they have a few different ones. They do the one on the Seine in Paris where they have a Dior cruise, and you literally get on this boat where they have just like these day beds and they have spas and things like that. So you get to enjoy the Dior skincare products, but also everything is decorated with the Dioriviera collection. So the day beds and everything and the pillows and stuff, they're all from the new Dioriviera collection. So it's all beautiful pinks and things. And I'm just gonna include photos of that because it's absolutely stunning. And again, I'm really hopeful that one day they'll have something like that here in Miami. Or you know what, I'll just travel somewhere to enjoy that because it is absolutely beautiful. And I will say this, I have had a lot of facials in my life, and the number one facial that no one has ever been able to beat is the facial that I got at Dior in Paris. That one was actually at the Cheval Blanc Hotel. So that one is a Dior spa that is there constantly. So if you go to Paris, I highly suggest doing it. It was honestly the most amazing experience ever. But I would love to be able to spend a summer in Paris and go to the Dioriviera boat, like the Dior cruise, and just enjoy a spa on the Seine and relax and just the beauty of that. But anyway, so I placed an order with the Dioriviera collection for specific Dioriviera gifts. They were doing a promo, so sometimes, in addition to the promo codes, they also run promos of automatically adding things to your cart based on spend. So it'll be like, oh, if you buy $150 of XYZ, you will automatically get these things added to your cart. Now, if you spent a minimum of $225 for the Dioriviera collection, you got a specific product, which was this Dior fan, which I'll show in a second. And that's literally why I made this purchase. But they also had some codes that I could stack on top of that so that I could get more free items. And every time you place an order on Dior.com, like DiorBeauty.com, you will get 2 free samples and then a mini with a purchase of $100. And then I also placed another Dior order the same day just because I wanted to get another freebie. Unfortunately, you cannot stack promo codes, so you can only use one promo code at a time. That's why the best time to use the promo codes is when they're also offering automatic gifts with a purchase, because then you're getting multiple gifts this with a purchase. But there were two things that I wanted to get with two separate promo codes, and because I could not stack them, I had to do two separate purchases. And one of them is in here, the other one is in here. So let's go ahead and unbox them. I'm gonna start with the Dioriviera order because this is probably what I was most excited to receive and truly what initiated this purchase. And so first of all, this box is absolutely stunning. It is a magnetic closure here. So I'm definitely gonna be keeping this box because I can for sure reuse it. So obviously it comes packaged in a true Dior fashion. This one actually came with an envelope. It doesn't have anything on the inside, but I think it's a pretty envelope. And then this pouch, which I can definitely use it to store things here, like when I go to the beach or something. It's a very summery pouch, and I'm really glad it had this because I was not aware that it would come with this. One of the freebies that I got, or actually the two freebies that I got that I was able to select as I was, doing my checkout process. One is the Dior Addict Lip Maximizer. It is, important to note that this is all in minis. So clearly you can tell this is absolutely tiny, but it is the lip maximizer, which I have been dying to try. So very, very tiny, but it's here anyway. So I'll be able to try it now. And the other freebie was this perfume. You get to select from a few different options, and I selected the Eden Rock perfume. So again, it's also in a mini version. You can see the bottle right there, and you just have to open it and like pour it basically as you apply it. But it's literally like a mini version of the full size Dior perfume bottles. Now I use a code, and I literally cannot remember the code right now, but I used a code to get this Dior compact mirror, which I'm very excited about. This is the mirror. First of all, like this is such a nice material. It is like puffy here, and then it is a compact mirror, so it is like a double one. Like, hello, how beautiful is that? I'm definitely gonna keep this in my purse now from now on. It's so beautiful, and it serves its purpose. And I understand that I could totally get this for very cheap somewhere else that doesn't say Dior. I get that, but I don't know, it's just pretty. I like it. It was free technically, so might as well use it. It also comes with this looks like a tiny pillow. I'm not 100% sure what this is. If you have any idea what this is, please tell me because I don't know what this is. But it's literally like a tiny pillow. I'm even looking over here and it doesn't say anything about what it is. But I think it is a tiny pillow. So I have a tiny Dior pillow now. And now this is why this order was placed. Christian Dior has a La Collection Privée for Dioriviera fan. And it's gorgeous. Like, excuse me, this is absolutely stunning. And this is literally the reason why this order happened, because with a $225 Dioriviera collection purchase, you could get this for free. So I got it. There was no other way to buy it or anything like that. So I had to make a purchase to get this, and I really wanted it, and it's beautiful. And I feel like for Miami, it is so perfect. I'm definitely gonna use this because it is so insanely hot in Miami. And this is just the perfect summer accessory. Anyway, I'm having way too much fun with this, but it is actually, like I was concerned that it was gonna be, like a cheap quality, but it actually feels pretty sturdy and just pretty nice. I mean, obviously you can easily break it if you were really trying, but I was worried that like maybe this would be like paper or something, and no, it's like, it feels like actual fabric. I think you can hear it. So it's actually pretty nice. Definitely gonna use this. And in order to get this, I had to buy this. Oh, another freebie that I forgot. I also got this Dior Homme Sport. I love this cologne for Chris, so I stock up on this whenever I can because I love it so much. I also bought him a full-size Sauvage because I love how it smells too. But Dior Homme Sport is also one of my favorites. Dior Homme Sport, and then Dior Sauvage are my favorites for men. But anyway, this and this is actually what I had to buy in order to be able to meet the minimum to get that fan. So let's start with this one. Okay, first of all, the package is already enough for me to be like, yes, great job, Monica, definitely. Great purchase. Absolutely stunning. It says Dioriviera, like I mentioned, this is their summer collection, and it has a mirror. So I definitely will be able to keep this because you can actually take this on the inside and then just keep this to store things. It has 5 different nail polish shades. And then it comes with this eye makeup. So this is for eyeshadows, and it's also part of the Dioriviera collection. This is a limited edition palette, and it's, like as you can see, it has like a blue and orangish tone, then a couple browns, and then like a beige, which, to be honest with you, I don't know how I feel about the blue, but all the other ones I can definitely use. I don't typically wear that much makeup, let alone full on like eyeshadow stuff, but I think that this is gonna be the perfect excuse to play around with some makeup. And then I've seen people use the blue one as like, the darker shadow to do like a very subtle, like, like that party look that you do with like the smoky eye, but instead of the smoky eye, it's just with blue, so it's a lot more subtle. That's kind of the idea. So anyway, I'm very excited for it. But back to this, wrapping up this Dioriviera order for that fan. It was this Dioriviera perfume. So I got the smaller version. This one's 1.3 fluid ounces, 40 milliliters, but it is, you know, it looks like this, and you just open it up, which is cool. Like the cap is kind of magnetic. Like if I put it like this, it literally just closes it, which is nice. But it is, you know, it's smaller, but it is big enough that it is a spray one. So it's not like the ones that you need to like pour onto your skin. I did smell it already, and I will say the reason why I got the Dioriviera scent is because people online were saying that it smells really good, it's a perfect summer scent, blah blah blah, all the kind of stuff. And I will say I don't think it smells bad, but it's not particularly a scent that I would necessarily gravitate towards. It does smell kind of summery. Like I will say I smell like some fruity notes in there, so it does have a summer scent, but it's not one that I'm like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with this, I'm gonna restock. Probably not. I am obsessed with the Dior J'adore Parfum d'Eau. It's the water-based one. And then I also really like the Miss Dior perfume, but I needed to get something from the Dioriviera collection to qualify for this order. So it will still get used. Probably not one that I'm going to be restocking. Okay, anyway, that was purchase 1. So purchase 2 is in this box. And I will say this purchase was more intentional. Like it was definitely products that I do use. Now in terms of freebies, I have some here. They also give you these cute little pouches that you can definitely reuse. So I actually got for this one the 2 freebies that I chose were the Dior Homme and the Dior Homme Sport. These are for Chris. Again, I love how these smell for men, and so I got these for him. And then I got myself a Miss Dior Rose and Roses. I also love this scent, and this one is so cute. Just look at that tiny package with the bow and everything. It's so cute. Anyway, these were freebies that I was able to choose at checkout. Like I said, there's 2 minis that they allow you to choose from, or like 2 samples that they allow you to choose from, and then 1 mini. So the samples were the Dior Homme colognes, and then the mini was the Dior Miss Dior Rose and Roses. Now I used code JOIN23 for the following product that I'm going to show you, which is the one that basically I was like, this is why I'm going to make 2 separate purchases, is because I really want to get this. So I just take this out, which also the packaging is always so amazing. It is a phone charm. So on the back, you can see that it has this little thing to connect to your phone, or like go around the phone case so that you can put it on your phone. And then it's this cute little phone charm. It has the CD for Christian Dior. It has the stars, which if you know anything about Christian Dior, he was very superstitious. He really believed in like the constellations and everything. So that's why you see a lot of stars. Wherever you go, you might see like constellations. When I had my Dior spa, or like when I went to the Dior spa in Paris, actually, like it was so cool because when you looked up the ceiling, they had it all with like a constellation and lit up and so beautiful. But he was very superstitious like that, and so he really believed in the stars and bees and all that stuff. So you might find stars, bees, constellations, anything like that if you purchase anything from Dior. But anyway, this is the reason why I bought this, and I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna use it as a phone charm. I have seen a lot of people that have altered this to actually be a bracelet, so I'm gonna have to figure out what it's gonna, you know, look best as. I don't know if it's gonna look good as a bracelet. I do have a pretty small wrist, so I typically have a hard time finding bracelets that fit my wrist. So we'll play around with it and see if it works. But I'm excited for it because if anything, it'll be a really cute phone charm, and if I can make it into a bracelet, that would be amazing. Now, the things that I actually purchased. So I restocked my Dior Show Kabuki Brow Styler. I am obsessed with this brow styler. I genuinely do use it every day, so I was like, well, I need to restock, might as well get it. I use it in shade 32. It's dark brown. I bought the Dior Show Onset Brow. This one is in clear. It's the color 00. So you can see here, it's literally just a brow gel. And I got the Dior Solar, the After Sun Balm. So the Dior Solar is their sunscreen, sun lotions collection. They have a tanning lotion for the face. I'm assuming you might also be able to use it on the body. I'm not sure, but definitely says for the face. And then they have the After Sun Balm, and they have an oil, like a super cute, just like oil to give some, you know, shine to your body and everything. Unfortunately, in the US, they do not have the sunscreen, which I have been dying to try. They have a body and a face sunscreen from the Dior Solar collection, but it is not in the US. I've had my beef with the US and sunscreens for a very long time because a lot of sunscreens are not actually in the States, that are in Europe, and the ones in Europe have a lot better ingredients and are actually better to protect you against UVA and UVB rays. But I digress, that's not happening here at this time. So for now, I can just do the post sun tanning, you know, situation lotion because I can't use the sunscreen because they just don't have it. Anyway, that is my Dior Beauty haul to show you my products that I recently got, as well as the freebies that I got got with them. Like I said, this does apply for the US only, so if you do live in the US, you are able to shop these products and get these codes with some free products as well. So I would just take advantage of that and just shop directly on Dior Beauty because you're gonna get better freebies than if you shop at Sephora or somewhere else. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments or anything that you want to share, you can leave that in the comment section. But if you like this video, please give it a like, a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.